Alright, so this is the third practice that we've had for the retaking of the solving part, which is going to be on the 20th or the 21st, so a B day and an A day. We did the left side together in class, so now we're going to be doing the right side. So again, the idea is when you're solving, whether you're solving exponents or logs, you always want to see, does it have a constant? So for instance, 7 is a constant. It's a number that doesn't have any variables attached to it. So this has a constant, this has a constant, this does not, and this doesn't. So if it has a constant, we will be looping it. Think of the curve of a C as looping. So anyway, when you don't have a constant, your goal is to have one log on one side, one log on the other side, or if it's exponents, one base on one side, one base on the other side. So when the logs are the same, they're both a little base of 10, which they're not writing, you can cancel those out and just focus on what's left. And at this point, you just have to ask yourself, do you factor? And these are the same type of x. They're both x to the first power, so I don't have to factor. I can just get x by itself. So I'm going to add 3x. When I do that, I get negative 2x equals 10. And once I divide by negative 2, that's how I get the answer of negative 5. Next one, is there a constant? No. So again, it's one log with a base of 10 and another log with a base of 10. So I'm just going to cancel those out. Focus on what's left. Again, I don't have to factor because these are the same type of a. So I'm going to subtract 4a over from the 1a and get negative 3a, and that equals negative 9. And then once I divide by negative 3, that's how I get 3. Next problem. This does have a constant, so I will be looping, but I can't loop until it's just the log. This is the log. The x plus 8 is part of the log because it's in parentheses. And I would do the same with an exponent. It's got to be just the base and the exponent. So anything else has to move. So since the 7 is multiplying to this, I'm going to move it by dividing. So once I do that, I get this. And now I'm ready to loop it. Logs loop into exponents. So it's going to go 9 to the first power equals this. 9 to the first power is just 9. And now to solve for x, I just subtract 8, and when I'm done, I get x to be, well, here it is, 1. Next problem, this also has a constant. Here it is. So again, I want to loop it into a log, but I can't, into an exponent until it's just the log. So I'm going to move the negative 2, like the one on top. Since it's multiplied, I'll divide. And that gives me log 8 of this with 4, and now I'm ready to loop it into an exponent. So it's going to go 8 to the 4th power equals all of this. Alright, so 8 to the 4th power is this. Now to get a by itself, I just subtract 1, and that's how we get this answer. And then the last two, these are going to be very similar. Again, there's no constant. These are logs separated by the equal sign, same base, so I can cross them off. And so with this, I will have to factor because I have more than one type of x. I have an x squared and I have an x. So I got to get everything to one side. I'm going to first add the 9x over. And then I'm going to add the 1 to the 13, and I get 14. So now when I factor, what are factors of 14 that get me to 9? Well, that's 7 and 2. And then I make my parentheses, and I want to ask myself what makes those 0, and that's my solution. So negative 7 and negative 2. And the last one, again, no constant. One log here, one log there. They got to be on separate sides. I can cross them off. And again, because I have more than one type of m here, I will have to factor, so I'm going to subtract the 17m over. And then I'm going to subtract the 3 over. And now I'll factor. So factors of negative 70 that get me to negative 17. I'm sorry, it's positive 73. No, positive 70. Sorry, my fault. Little mistake there. Alright, so those are going to be negative 10 and negative 7. So when I multiply them, I get this. When I add them, I get this. So I make my parentheses. And I want to know what makes these 0. And that would be 10 and 7. And that is the video for the for the extra practice.